Okay, good morning. I'm starting this kind of late. Sun's already way up. It's about 10:30. Normally, I try to get out here in the morning around either right after I drop my daughter off from school, or we I get back, right after, or a little bit later. And it's a weekend, so walking around here. I'm trying to hold this the right way and walking far here. I got my cane today, moving at a super speed. Uh, so time is counting down. I'm doing two challenges at one. I think there's Walking Dave. I forget his name. I'm new to his watching his channel, and he has a 90-day, 10-minute walking challenge. So I figured I'd sign up for that to help me have motivation, and then also on day 35 of the 75 Hard program. Uh, so in the 75 Hard, you have two workouts a day at 45 minutes, and one has to be outside. So I'm counting this walk as my outside, and then I'll usually count my physical therapy at. By the way, I'm Dave, and I'm just 58 years old. Kind of was in a big pity party and decided to shut down the pity party and do something. I had a bad accident a few years ago, uh, so this is and I finally about almost 5 years ago in March, and this is my way of getting out of that, documenting why I'm doing what I'm doing, and hopefully motivate somebody else that might have been, or might be where I was. Uh, So, all right, back to 75. So, outdoor 45 minutes, and then the 90-day 10-minute walking challenge. So, I'm not very fast, but about 1 mile an hour. And sorry about the sun. It should change just a second. Um, and sorry, just getting started is always a little harder. My my ankles are stiff still. So here we go. That should be better. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Um, so that's 45 minutes outdoors, and the 90-day challenge with walking is 10 minutes. So I guess it's from my Army days, I always try to do a little bit extra. That way I feel like if there's any pausing, I have to stop for a breath, I can do it. But I do 50 minutes, so an extra 5 minutes here on the workout. And instead of just doing 10 minutes of walking, I'll count it as my outdoor workout for the day. Um, so I get to do 50 minutes of walking, and it counts for the two challenges. So it helps keep me motivated. Neighbors are working on their house there. I think they see me. Maybe no, they're on the other side. I can hear them, but no worries. Just a 58-year-old guy walking and talking at his phone and trying to look at the camera every few seconds and not fall flat on the face. Oh, here's something here. See if you ever know these. I think they're called like Japanese plums or Japanese ones. They begin with a C. You see them? They smell super citrusy, like oranges, but then they taste a little bit different. But I'm not eating them right now because I'm on the carnivore diet, so I don't do any fruit or anything. But all right, well, back to why Let me talk about it. Oh, that's actually really good. The light. Sorry, it was in my eyes. I'm trying to get used to talking and walking. Used to be blonde. Anyway, yeah. So figured I'd document this and So I'm learning on trying to figure out what to talk about on these walks and things like that. See if this is gotta find my style or my voice, whatever they call that. And I want to talk about like why I'm doing all this. I'm not sure how to. I think I mentioned it before, so it all depends on how these videos get uploaded. But I need to do something. I want to be able to. We plan on slow traveling the world. Comes that sun again. When our daughter goes off to college. Now she has an opportunity to study in Germany, and so we'll do that. But let's back that up a little bit. So when she studies, goes off, we're gonna hang around in Southern Europe and travel through there do the 3 months in the Schengen zone and 3 months out, and then do our slow travel, because I'll just have one pension to live off of, and whatever we can earn on the side. So it'll actually be cheaper doing that than staying here and living here. Florida used to be cheap, but it's getting a lot more expensive. So yeah, so that's our plan, and I'm trying to get into shape for that and be able to spend more time with my lovely wife and my incredible daughter. But let's talk about when I just got reminded of when I was talking about her going off to college and going to study in Germany. And one of the tasks that I feel I need to do as a dad is to teach our daughter to be self-reliant, and so that and also to take responsibility for her actions, and know that her actions and what she does and her planning will have a direct influence on how things turn out in her life. So I don't want her to be one of these whining kids that blames their bad luck or any luck on anybody else, and they expect to be entitled to receive everything without doing any work for it. So I've been working on that, and I think we're doing okay, but you never know as a parent. So one of the things I'm teaching her is that when she wants to go off to college and what she wants to study, I'm like, okay, well, everything costs. If you go here to the States, you can probably figure out to get your degree. She wants to study law. To get your degree, it's going to cost probably about $150. Now she's not going to college for another 4.5 years or so. She's still in 8th grade, so we have time, but it's going to go fast. I said, well, you can plan it's going to cost that much, and then you have to figure out how you're going to pay for it. Whatever you do not take student loans, because that you'll be paying that off forever, and it's crazy. So you should use scholarships. There's nothing wrong with applying and qualifying for a scholarship based on your merit and your abilities. And then also you should work. You need to work on campus or find other jobs to help cover your costs. We will help you a little bit, but we're not going to pay for it. You have to, because I think it'll have more value to her if she needs to learn how she needs to earn the money and be responsible to pay for college. Now, I gave her the option. I said, well, based on your OMA, My mom was from Berlin. We met my dad in the Air Force and got married after in the 50s. Um, so I said, based off of that, with the recent changes, we might be able to qualify you as a dual citizen as a German. Well, if so, you can study for almost free. You have to pay the admin fees and then the housing and food and stuff like that and books, which is only a fraction of the cost there. And it's a very good education. Um, so if we're able to qualify for that, then you can go there. You can work on campus, or you can work somewhere else, and then you can make it more affordable and live. Now, it's Germany. The cost of living is almost like here in the States, so it's getting more expensive, but it's still very doable, especially when you're looking at a university campus where you can share a room, and their dorm situation is a little different. So we've been trying to install into her the mentality of looking at ways to earn money and everything. Now she just turned 14 and she's already been looking for work. And she's like, nobody wants to hire me because I'm only 14. I said, well, you have to be creative, and then as soon as you're old enough to work part-time, you can do that. And I've been helping her with this by saying, okay, you can do for somebody that has no skills, you can do let's see, a normal job where you work at like a fast food place, which is good to learn time management skills and how to take orders and things like that. And you'll be paid, I think they're a little bit above minimum wage now. I said, well, let's see. I think most fast food places, at least around here, pay about $10 an hour. I used to think that was a lot of money back when I was in college. I worked on campus and earned $10 an hour in the computer room. So, what's that? My second? Just lap 3. Okay. So, you can do that. If you take $10 an hour and you're working 20 hours, that's $200, right? She's like, yes, I'll have $200. And if we get paid every 2 weeks, how much is that? And she's like, 400. I said, okay, but Uncle Sam's going to want his share and all these other taxes and fees that they take out. So you're probably, out of the 200 a week, you might walk home with about 150. Let's just for easy math. So instead of 400, you're gonna take home how much? And then she's like, 300? I'm gonna lose $100? Well, you might lose a little bit more, it might be a little less, but that's a good way to think of it. So she's just getting around that concept. I said, what you can do is look at ways to increase your skill set, to increase your value. And I said, you love swimming, so maybe what could you do around the world of swimming? And then she's like, well, I could teach the little kids. Yeah, little kids. She's 14, but she means like the real, like the 7-year-olds and things like that are just starting. I could teach them how to swim. Do you think they're paying me more to do that? I said, well, it's very possible. Why don't you check over and see, talk to your coach, see if they have any openings for the summer or on the weekends, and you can maybe start doing that. So she's waiting for that. They don't have any openings right now, but that might be a possibility. I said, good. I said, also, what other skill sets can you improve on while you're doing that? She's like, well, I could maybe do my fashion stuff and help people pick out clothes, outfits, and things like that. I said, okay, how would you do that? Well, she's like, well, if I can, I could set up like an Instagram account and maybe put together outfits like for my boards, for her Pinterest boards. She loves Pinterest. And I can pick out outfits and that, and maybe people will pay me for that. I said, okay, or you can make videos and maybe get monetized. You don't have to show your face or anything like that, but you might be able to use that to get monetized, or do affiliate marketing where she will put the, like Amazon or the links to the different clothing stores, and then put up the content about how the outfits look together and put together like a week thing. So she's gonna work on that. She already is a whiz at CapCut and that stuff on her phone. So that might be another option. So excuse me. So I want to try to. My goal is not to tell her what to do, but to get her to start thinking of things that she can do. Like I can give her guidelines and show her how to think about ways to increase her skill sets and earn more money. Or, and as I also pointed out, I said, well, remember the one good thing about, or a couple of good things about if you're working at maybe teaching swimming, you can do content around that. So, and then you can do your clothing or fashion stuff. So now if you monetize all three, you're trading dollars for hours with the job, but then you're trading content production for money. Something is not passive, but once you make it, it'll become somewhat passive. I don't really think there's anything as such thing as passive income, unless you're just talking about dividends or something like that when they pay out after you bought it. But it always takes some kind of work in it, either upfront or something to get the money. So you have that, and then you can monetize by affiliate links and things like that, your outfits and your clothing. So you've got three right there, streams of income. Now you also have your custodial account that's paying you dividends. Now you can't touch your custodial account, but every time you earn some money by doing the things around the house or studying German and things like that, then you earn money in your custodial account, and that will grow over time. And you're getting dividends where they're just paying you as part of their success of the company. So now you have at least 4 streams of income. And as I just mentioned, we pay her for every hour that she studies German. And then we give her a bonus when she starts taking her German exams, like her A1 all the way up to C2, I believe. So as she becomes fluent in that. And then we also will pay her when she reads certain books, like not self-help books, but something similar like that. Like one of the books is to find her ikigai, to find her purpose. And so when she finishes reading a book, she'll get another X amount that goes into her custodial account, so that she can earn money. And we're trying to teach her that she needs to start thinking on ways to pay her future self, if that makes sense. Oh, I feel like I'm walking extra fast today. Is this a talking and walking thing? But yeah, not, what am I, 5? So hopefully she'll start building these good habits and continue to pay her future self while she's, you know, also saving, investing in things like that, and building additional assets uh, and streams of revenue. Now, uh, that's back to the main point of, I think, what this video is going to be about is, you know, having her become self-sufficient, self-reliant, because as parents we want to take care of our kids. Her mom, my loving wife, is kind of a little bit more overprotective than I am. I'm like, let her figure it out. And so but she knows she needs to, and she's getting a lot better. We used to be, when she was really little, those helicopter parents that would watch over to her, and then we got luckily in the school that she was going to when we were living in Texas, we were able to we went to enough like birthday parties and everything, so we, you know, it was safer. We felt safer, and we could let her play with her friends and things like that. And then, so we started getting away from that helicopter parent mode and doing everything. So we're working on that as she's getting older, and it's nice to see that how she has a mind and she's thinking. Now, she does. It's funny how your children will act like they're like you, or the children act like their parents in some respects. Sometimes I'm very boisterous, let's call it that, when I'm watching a TV show and they just throw something in there, and let's say for political correctness, something that you're like, why does that need to be in the scene or in this movie? Has nothing to do with what's going on. Oh, they're doing it for this reason. So I'll be like, this doesn't make sense. Who needs to know this? This is useless information. And now she'll do the same thing. As maybe a similar scene or a different scene will come up on a show we're watching, and she's like, really? Why do we need to see this? So anyway, I like that. So we're doing okay, I think. We'll see. She's just entering her teenage years, so it should become. We should have our challenging days, but she's pretty good. I'm pretty proud of her. Sorry. All right. So I've been walking and talking on my 6th lap, and let's see, according to my timer that I put on to know how long I should be walking, it turns out to be like 7 or 8 laps. I'm on 25.5 seconds counting down from my 50-minute timer. So that means I've been walking for almost 25 minutes. That means I've been talking to you for almost 25 minutes. I will try to see if I can chop this up and edit this a little bit better. Get rid of all the ums and stuff. Or I might just upload it, and then hopefully you guys can watch this at like 125 speed or something like that, 150 speed. So we get that. So yeah. So I'm proud of our daughter. Right? And I'm gonna take a little break and put on some listen to some YouTube. I've also listening to different like is it Neville Goddard, The Power of Awareness, and another book similar to that. And I'm also started listening to his chronicles, or I think it's a 7 or 10 book series. So it plays one after the other. I find that very helpful for me. Sorry about that. I'm getting a workout. A long time used to this, but I've been getting better. I feel like it. So, all right. Sorry. So I'm watching that, listening to that. So I'm probably gonna do that. Oh, we got some visitors. You won't be able to see it when I turn the video around, but maybe. If I could zoom in, I will. We have what they call sandhill cranes here. And a pair just walked by. So maybe when I get a little closer, but it looks like they're walking faster. They're already in by the neighbors. Yeah, so we probably won't be able to see them. They're kind of cool. They're big old cranes. They got this red forehead, and their beaks are like swords. I look at it like swords. So, and they're little gangsters. When we first moved here, there was some. We have a little dock on a lake, so we went out and checked it out, and there was two of them, and they didn't move. They were like in our path to go check out the dock, and one picked up a stick and tried to throw it at us, and flapped up in the air and put his wings all puffed up and everything. So they're like gangster. And then we went out on the dock, my daughter and I came back, and it didn't move. It was standing right in front of the dock where it met the land, and we were walking up there. I had to like an, you know, I say I'm like an 80-year-old man. I had to like shake my cane at it to get it to move, and it just, you know, puffed up its wings and stuff. Now, I mentioned that we live on a lake. I don't want to seem like we're overprivileged. I recognize that we're privileged, but we don't own the house. We don't own this land. We rent, and we were fortunate enough to be able to afford to rent here. It's out of town a little ways, but it's nice here. The owners are super nice. They live right next door, so we're very blessed. So yeah, we even have gators that'll swim by. There are a couple of them around. I would imagine they're over like 6 feet long. You can hear them next to us. Is a little bit of a marsh just after our other neighbor's lawn or yard. If you can see over there. That's a swamping area. So around the breeding season, at night or in the early evening or early morning, when you come out, you can hear them growl. And if you didn't know gators, I call it a growl. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah. So it sounds something like that, and it sounds pretty close. So when you're coming out or you're getting home and you're getting ready to go inside and you hear that noise, you're like, oh crap, is the gator here or is it over there? But most of the time they won't come up here and bother you. We'll see them swimming by the dock looking for fish. But they've got enough food. They're really not going to bother us. They go the opposite direction when they see us. So people are kind of scared or surprised that we let our daughter swim in the lake. But she stays around the dock, or we use the, you know, our neighbor lets us use their kayaks or paddle boards. So we do that, and her friends play over there. And we don't have to worry about those brain-eating amoebas. I haven't found any in this pond. But yeah, so this is my lap. Is that 5 or 6? I always forget. I got 19 minutes and a half left. So I'll let you go this time, and thanks for listening to this. 58-year-old that looks like a maybe. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks.